All right, breaking news. Star News was on the scene. Charles Rourke with an accident, a bus accident, Henry County school bus in the city of Martinsville. Charles, can you please tell us what happened?
Okay, you're seeing our first pictures from the scene where you can see it's located near Talmadge's and Mount Sinai Church. They're on Church Street, and if you look closer, you can see that this bus has gone down an embankment. Now, what we know at this hour is it's still coming in. So we understand 5 individuals, including the bus driver, were on this vehicle. And we'll turn that sound up a little bit if we can. And I can tell you that I understand authorities were pretty worried when they first got the calls around 8 o'clock this morning. I think they were relieved that the students were able to get out of the bus and don't appear to have any major injuries, but they did take all of the people that were on this bus to the hospital for an evaluation. I think that was something that the Henry County Schools wanted to do. We understand that the authorities from Henry County Schools arrived there on the scene as well this morning. The investigation is now going forth. As you can see, we've got Bobby Phillips, the Martinsville Police there on the scene, Captain Cassidy, who's heading up the investigation. And of course, we did have a chance to talk to him. That'll be coming up here momentarily. Telephone poles appear to be chopped. And we don't know why the bus lost control. That's probably the $100,000 question this morning is what caused the bus to lose control. Let's listen in.
Charles, at approximately 8 o'clock this morning, we had a call that a school bus had wrecked here at Jackson Street and Church Street. When the officers arrived, we found a small bus over the embankment here. When fire and EMS arrived at the scene, we were able to get everybody off the bus. There were no visible injuries, but everyone was taken as a precaution to the Martinsville Hospital to be checked out and treated.
And this is a little bus. Is it special ed or?
That I can't tell you at this time, Charles. I do not know. There were 5 people on the bus. That includes the driver, and they were all transported to Martinsville Hospital.
Let me ask you, when you heard a bus accident and you saw a bus accident, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
Well, it scared us all. We're just very fortunate that things are turning out the way they are right now.
Right. Now, it looks like investigation is moving forward. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, yes, the officers are here. We're investigating, trying to find out exactly what's happened. We're in the preliminary stages. We haven't done any interviews yet. Right now, we're just getting as much information at the scene as we can and talking to what available witnesses we have.
We got the obvious. It looks like they hit a telephone pole and then went over the little embankment here, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Was there any other cars involved? Or?
No, not to my knowledge. Like I said, we're in the preliminary stages of the investigation. As soon as any other details are available, we'll release them out to the media.
Have you talked to the driver yet?
The officer investigating it has briefly, but we wanted her to get to the hospital to be checked out first to make sure she was okay.
Right. Have Henry County officials been on the scene as well?
Yes, they've been here. The school system arrived shortly after the accident. Actually, they provided someone to ride with each student over to the hospital to get checked. They've been very good to work with this morning.
How did they get from here to the hospital?
They were transported by ambulance.
By ambulance?
Yes.
All right. Can the public help in this procedure if they saw something?
Yeah, if anyone saw any details of this accident, they can contact the Martinsville Police Department at 403-5300.
The power pole, was it electric or telephone pole?
It's a telephone line.
Right, so it didn't interrupt service that we know of?
Well, I'm sure there's some service interruption, but CenturyLink has been notified and they should be here to start repairs shortly.
Thank you.
And there, Deborah, you can see a little bit closer look at the bus now as the investigation continues this morning. The next big step is how are they going to get this bus out of its embankment. They have brought in a Nelson Ford wrecker, one of the heavy-duty ones that would handle like 18-wheelers and so forth. I think they're going to have to lift this vehicle up and then do a lot more before all this gets put to a stop.
Good news is reporting that none of the children appear to have been severely injured.
That's right. That's the good news on this, but it's not official yet. But I can tell you that Captain Cassidy did tell us that they were able to get the kids out of that bus and get them there to the hospital for just an evaluation, because you never know in these situations just you know how folks may have been hurt. Of course, you know, sometimes the signs come up much later after an accident, and that's what they're doing. They're getting X-rays, that kind of thing, just to make sure these students are okay.
Certainly a very scary situation from the standpoint of the family members, but it looks like that they have everything under control.
Right. I can't. If you look closely, it looked like it clipped a telephone pole, and then this is another sign. Now, I'm trying to figure out how the vehicle. It looked like it just went straight down an embankment, but it may have come in from a side. You know, the big story here is the fact this thing did not turn over.
Exactly.
That would have made this a lot worse. So, you know, I think it's good news that we're reporting this morning that it doesn't appear any major injuries after this accident.
Certainly. And people need to stay with Star News for additional updates throughout the day. Charles, thanks for reporting.